The Bears are on the road to face the Browns, two teams that have played each other just 16 times since 1950. Chicago's looking for their fourth straight win against Cleveland, and it's coming your way next.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They'll be led by a three-time Pro Bowler in his fifth season. It's Deshaun Watson.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
On first down, it's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Shreds him with a stiff arm, and he is out of bounds inside the 35. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space. There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
44 yards rushing for him now in just his first 3 carries.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 18 carries, 76 yards, and a touchdown.
How about we shine a little spotlight on the offensive line? Those big guys up front are creating nice space, nice gaps for them to run through. I think he's going to go for over 100 yards in this game.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes a defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on third down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected fourth down here.
And Folk's kick is good. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
The Bears offense ready to go to work here for the first time, leading them out the 11th overall pick of the 2021 draft, Justin Fields out of Ohio State.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
Fights him off, and he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage, came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Quinn Miners, 3rd-round pick in 2021, called for the penalty.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Now it's Fields off the bootleg.
And he whips that one incomplete there. He was looking for James O'Shaughnessy as tight end. And now it's 2nd down.
And Charles, we get a look there at the draft class for this offense. What do you make of it?
Well, overall, I like the balance of the guys that they selected because, to me, they got a few guys who can step in and play right away, which is exactly what you want. But they also drafted for the future as well. They've got some guys who might need a year or 2 on the practice squad, so then we'll find out if they can actually play.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down.
To throw is Fields.
Going for it all. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked by the rookie Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And despite a nice juke there, really good move, he only gets about a yard, and it brings up 2nd down.
Normally when you see a short gain in the middle of a 3-4 defense, go ahead and pat the nose tackle on the back because he's holding things up and taking on extra blockers, which allows one of the inside linebackers to roam free and make the tackle.
Able to bust through the tackle, but not much to show for it. Still inside the 5. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Handoff comes to Chubb. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line.
62 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
On to the 2nd from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Shoves him away. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he's going to have a Browns 1st down as he's able to take this up to the 30-yard line.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. A give running right is Chubb. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On 2nd down, it's Hunt, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Now it's Watson. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
And that's on the guard, Wyatt Teller.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Back to throw, Watson.
And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones.
So 8 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb, he winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D. And Folk's kick is good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Here comes Justin Fields and the rest of the Bears offense.
And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
A big connection on that one. 31 yards.
On play action, Fields.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big play that time through the air. 34 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Here's 2nd and a yard. A shotgun snap, Fields. And he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney.
His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears can grab the lead with the extra point. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
Johnson now returning. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone.
So problems there on the return, very costly, not what you need when you've just surrendered the lead.
Not at all, because this now has a chance to really snowball on them quickly. Their offense was on the sidelines talking about getting on the field and getting that score back.
And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed?
So that challenge, a successful one.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. Here comes Johnson on the return.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. And no doubt he's come out of the gate strong. Only in week 3, and you see the numbers thus far.
And we always talk about identity, setting a tone, you know, getting the groundwork laid for the season or for a game. And that's what they've done with the running game so far. It reminds me of when I first went to the University of Tennessee. And believe it or not, I was a quarterback for a day and a half. And the first practice session, the first play we ran was 28 pitch, which is a toss sweep. And I remember the offense coordinator saying, that's our identity, that's our bread and butter, that's the basis of our offense. We got to get that down right here, right now. I think we're seeing some of that in this running game here.
So did you not get that down, and that's why you were moved to the defense, or what?
I don't know for that reason, but I do know I saw a couple of guys throw, and immediately they were saying, you know, you need to learn how to backpedal.
Hey, you turned into a heck of a DB, though, partner. Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Here's Jones. A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Montgomery. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
7 yards, the pickup there. Again, Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes.
Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long.
Flush to his right. And this one is incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
The final shot before the break. Watson, he's going to float this one deep right side.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
So we reach, and we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the 2nd half. Now Jones.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the 2nd half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
On 2nd down, Montgomery, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Now a run with Montgomery. And shedding through the tackle. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. They'll run on 1st down. It's Montgomery, and some room to roam now. And he's taken down inside the 30.
48 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
Man open, here is Jones. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
It doesn't matter where on the field he is, even down here in the red zone, he is still slippery with the ball in his hands, and he was almost able to work his way into the end zone. Instead,
he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney
with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Bears take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Now the point after try for Santos. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors. Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
From the 50, it's Watson. Shakes off this. Oh, now it's stripped. He loses the football. And this is picked up by the Bears.
The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
On second down now, it's Montgomery. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at the Browns' 35. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. They're going to hurry back to the line now to try again after the sack.
Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
And 2021 in the draft, the first tight end off the board. Florida's Kyle Pitts at number 4 to Atlanta. The first tight end taken in 2020 was this guy, Cole Kmet, number 43 overall. Really started to come on late last season. A good grab there for a first down.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
72 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Here's Fields.
Eluding the pressure right. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
Fields.
Flushed out right. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
Justin Fields.
Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bears will extend their lead.
He continues to show at this level that he can not only pass for touchdowns, he can run for touchdowns.
Not the first time we've seen this because this young guy, he really makes it happen. So what that tells me is the book on him has to change. You've got to now plan for those legs as well as him throwing the football.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Browns getting set to go. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Here's Watson.
He's going to drop this one down for Chubb.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Hook up of 15 yards there. And it'll be a second down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
Watson now to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Mario Edwards Jr. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? Back to throw. Watson. And the pressure gets to him again. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
On the return is Jones.
A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Fields.
He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. So no gain on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Escaping the pressure right.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked by Ronnie Harrison.
And the Browns will take over here just shy of the 30.
3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the 1st down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Watson gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. Looking deep for Julio. And incomplete on the deep ball. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Finding room to the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair. Because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
From the gun, here's Fields.
Flush to his right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Fields now to throw.
Eluding the pressure right. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. So he got 9 yards that time, but he needed 10, and it brings up 4th and 1.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And here we go on 4th down. Fields. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And this Browns defense stands tall.
Now Nick Chubb and the Browns get set for their next possession.
And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Now a 1st down throw. Watson.
On the slant, he'll get it to Jones.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Watson looks to throw again. And that is incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
On 2nd and 10, Watson flushed out right. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Hard to believe that arm strength was a knock on Deshaun Watson coming out of Clemson, but he showed what he's got there.
Here's Chubb to try to run it in. And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now it looks like he'll throw here.
Yeah, he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago.
It's a 6-yard touchdown pass.
And the Bears are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
Santos with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Returning it, Johnson. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they finally get to him out near midfield, but he's all the way across the 45 to the 46.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now we have Jackson slow to get back on his feet. Appears to be shaken up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. After the sack on first down, Watson
Swings this out for Hunt.
and he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
From the red zone now, Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
So they keep the football, but now face second and long.
A shotgun snap for Watson.
Rifles one, and it's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Dane Cruikshank.
And the Bears are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
A huge play there for Chicago. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and hey, come on, guys, we have to play better.